I asked him what Lotus Land was, and obviously Lotus Land is Los Angeles, but now
Yeah.
why did you call it Lotus Land?
I think that goes back to some writer of the 30s who dubbed it Lotus Land. Or maybe it was a typo and it was Louts Land. Louts Land.
Louts Landing, probably.
Louts Landing, that's
yes.
what it was, and they got it all messed up. May I,
Call
may
me
I-
Cher?
May I call you Cher?
Yes.
How'd you know I was going to say that?
I don't
Because
know.
everybody does. I
No, no,
suppose.
no.
What does it say on your passport, come to think of it?
It says Cher.
And don't they say, pardon me, ma'am, but part of your name seems to be missing.
I had one problem getting into Tahiti. The man was very unhappy that I didn't have a last name and made me wait and went through all of my luggage and ripped open a teddy bear that I was bringing back from Australia. I guess the name just kind of inspired him to look for other things. I wasn't really sure.
Why didn't you say, well, Cher is my last name?
No, he didn't really care about anything. He just was very unhappy that I didn't have a last name because everyone who'd ever been to Tahiti had one.
And he took it out on your teddy bear.
Yes, and he took it out of my teddy bear.
Why do I associate you with lots of balls may I rephrase? Can we start this show over?
No, I love it.
Do you know what I'm referring
All right,
to?
now, only if I can
Please
ask
get
you.
me off of this hook.
Balls of
It
what?
has to do with magic, Slidini. Do you remember the thing we did once years ago?
Yes.
And Slidini did this great balls and cups and balls
Yes.
thing with you, and suddenly.
I'd rather sit there and watch you squirm because this is fun.
Yes, it's lots of fun for me, too. You know how dumb you feel when you say something like that and realize that well over 80 people are watching?
Right.
Very scary. Speaking of scary, here it comes, the inevitable question. But you're about to open on Broadway. Now, are your nerves shot about this? Is it frightening, all those images, the Great White Way, opening night, and all that jazz?
This is a very strange thing to me. We've been doing this play now. We've been doing the play for over a week, and I understand that opening is, I think that we could never open and be very successful in the play, but you have to open, and I think that's going to make me very nervous. I probably won't be very good opening night.
The trick, really, though, you're onto it, is to think of it as just another in the series
That's how it appears to me, that we play for an audience every night now, and opening is just another audience, really.
Yeah. I should explain, because of the phenomenon of live and tape, that as we sit here now,
We probably will have
you haven't
been
opened yet, but
No.
As you see the show through the magic of television,
Well, we will either be open or closed.
those seem to be the two alternatives, don't
know,
they?
I
You
couldn't
can't close halfway, can you?
The other night, Suzanne Plachette did that play, and it closed in one night. I had to go home
know.
after that night. I was really nervous and upset.
That's got to be a staggering blow, no matter how much people claim they can
Yeah,
handle it.
you become emotionally involved in something, and it hurts you if it's not accepted. I mean,
Yeah.
God knows that everyone has to go through that. It has happened to me a whole bunch of times.
Yeah. But I guess it is a nightmare. Whoever invented opening night ought to be shot. They ought to say, you do previews, and on any night within the first week, the Times critic
That
can
would
come
be-
if he
yes,
wants to.
I think that would be
and
wonderful. Be a
maybe
lot
the next
easier.
week, somebody else
Or
can
even any
come.
night that you just didn't know about it, but to have everybody come opening night and
Yeah.
do that, it's a little bit upsetting.
And all those telegrams and flowers and all those things that are well meant, but you don't want them to remind you.
I like
that
doing the
it's
play,
opening
though. I
night.
mean, the audiences have been wonderful. I mean, it's really been exciting. I would say it's about the most exciting thing that I can remember doing.
It is a thrill, isn't it? I did a Broadway play some years ago, and I couldn't wait to get to the theater every night. It was just, there's nothing like it. You could stand there and say,
Also, if you're not doing well, it's pretty terrifying, too. Like, a couple of nights, we've had, like, strange moments, and you're just out there. There's no retaking it, starting over. You just kind of have to sweat through it, and that's also really interesting.
well, is it true that you've never stepped on a stage before in a play?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I'm sure much will be made of that, but there's no reason to, really.
Not really.
I mean, you've been on
I
many
felt very,
stages.
yes, I felt very comfortable, and it's like playing a game to me, and it's like playing.
Yeah, it is. It's make-believe.
Yeah, I always say, when someone says, what are you doing at that time? I say, well, I'm pretending so-and-so, and everybody laughs, but that's how I feel. I mean, I'm just there doing it. I came to New York originally to take lessons, to do a play. It didn't ever occur to me that while I was signing up to take lessons, I would get a play.
Yeah, you have to be careful of getting
Yeah,
work when you
yes.
don't want it. But you have studied acting. You've been on stages. You have presence, charisma, all
I've-
of that. So it isn't as if you were some...
I studied acting when I was 16 for about 4 months, and I came here, I had 2 lessons with Lee Strasberg before I got this play. And I came here to do an audition for Joe Papp, and while I was doing the audition, I got a call from Bob Altman.
And that was it. Strasberg's a fascinating enigma to everybody who knows him.
I'm crazy about him.
Where did he start with you? Can you remember what his first
He
observation
didn't, no.
was?
He didn't, you know what he said? He said, "You know too much," and walked by me. I mean, it was like, you know, someone said, Cher's real interested in taking classes, and he looked at me, he said, "You know too much," and just turned around and walked out of the room. He had to get something to eat. It was lunchtime. And then that night, I went to Anna's house, that's his wife, and he was there, and they just started telling old stories, and then the next day I just audited. I never really even got a chance to take classes by myself. I just audited the classes that he was giving, but I felt like I was learning a lot just by watching.
And it isn't as if you came out of a desk job to your
No.
first performing.
Except people have a very strange opinion. I'm sure that I must have contributed to this, that my personal life somehow negates the fact that I might be talented, you know, because so much has been written about what I've been doing after I've been working that a lot of people forget what it was that they liked about me originally, you know. What is it that she does, you know? She gets married a lot, or she, you know,
Or
she
do they hold it against you that you might go to a disco or a party to unwind after?
Someone said to me the other night, someone very close to me said, "Cher, I don't want you to go to Studio 54 until after the play opens." And I said, "Why?" And they said, "Well, because we want you to be serious." So I won't tell you the expletives that I said to him first, but after I got through telling him immediately off the top of my head what I thought of that idea, I said, "You know, I am me, like it or not. You know, the people who like me and who like my work are going to like me no matter what, you know, if I go dancing or not, you know." And so I don't know if being on Broadway or if being serious means that you have to be dull or change your lifestyle. I guess I'll never be what it is that everybody wants me to be.
And when Henry Kissinger went to Studio 54, they didn't make him stop negotiating or figure that he would go frivolously to the
Right.
Middle East or whatever.
I guess I give the appearance of being a very frivolous person, but I think that I'm capable of being very frivolous and being very intense, and so I can just never quite stick with one too long.
Yeah, and the one can relax you for the other, too. There is a trap, though, in if you haven't been in a play and done everything else, almost everything else you do, you only do once and get it over with. A television show, thank God it's over, and you can relax until the nightmare hits you
Yes.
again next week if it's a weekly show. And when you do a play and get through it, you think, oh, that's over. And there's a trap to going
Yes.
to a late night party and then thinking, uh-oh,
Yes.
I've
I
got to
did
do
that
it
the other
twice
night.
tomorrow.
Yes, I stayed out until 7 o'clock in the morning the night that we taped Night of 100 Million Stars, or
Oh,
you
yeah,
know, that thing.
yeah.
And I was just having the best time. Elizabeth Taylor and I ended up at a place called Paulson's, little teeny joint, and stayed there well into the night, and I arrived home. I drove a cab home. I don't know why the cab driver let me do this, but
You
he
drove
just,
a cab?
yes. But I drove a cab home at 7 o'clock that morning and had the
Lord.
time of my life, but last night's performance was really difficult.
Did he know you had had a little tiny joint, or did I misunderstand you?
No, we went to a little joint.
I see.
No, Paulson's is a
I
little
know.
tiny joint.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, no, and we got into this cab, and the cab driver said that he was not really a cab driver, that he was a comedy writer, and proceeded to tell me about this. He told me a joke that he said he had written, but I'd heard it about he went to a Chinese restaurant that was Chinese-German, but an hour after he'd eaten, he was hungry for power. And I said, "You know what, that's a terrible joke, let me drive." He pulled over to the right, got out, and I drove back.
Is that in fact a terrible joke?
No, I thought it was very funny. As a matter, at 7 o'clock in the morning, it was hysterical.
Did someone tell you to say this?
No, I swear to God, this is what happened.
Do you know why I look disturbed?
You wrote that joke.
Yes. That was one of my most stolen jokes when I was doing an act in
Well, there's a
nightclub.
cab driver who stole that joke.
I did that joke, and it appeared the next week when some cheap comic stole my joke and did it on the Sullivan Show, and I was crushed.
Did you
'Cause I
really
thought it
write
was a
that?
very
This is
good
very
joke,
funny. I
yeah.
mean, that's what happened to me.
Adolph Wong was the name of the proprietor of the restaurant, and it built on that. And the proper delivery of the punchline is Chinese German food is very good. The only problem is an hour later you're hungry for power. And that's the way most of the people who stole it did it.
Well, this was just a guy that was a cab
Someone
driver.
put you up to this.
I swear to God,
you
one thing
really?
you might find about me, which is bad, but I always tell the
You're
truth.
frightening honesty.
Yes,
I'm
it's
afraid I'm
terrible.
going to be the victim of it at any moment.
No, but that's what happened. It was fun. I mean, I'm having the time of my life in New York. I realize that I don't like Los Angeles very much. The only thing that I like about it is that I've never had to be there very long.
Oh, yeah. In small, it's a.
It's a
You wouldn't want
wonderful-
to live there, but it's a bad place to visit.
No, it's fun
Is that
to
what
go
you're
there.
saying?
No, I don't think I'll be going back there for a very long time, and I've lived there my entire
That's
life.
right. When this show is seen, you will have a little trouble going back there.
No, I mean, everyone knows. I mean, unfortunately or fortunately, everybody knows, my views about almost everything, so it doesn't make any difference, really.
That's right.